And we just recently announced an A-series round, which was led by TLCom Capital, of $5.5 million. So that now takes us into the next stage of our company, where we're accelerating the activities now in multiple countries and increasing our development team as well.
So you've had two types of investors, if you will. You've had Grey Ghost and Grassroots Business Initiative, which are, if you will, socially oriented venture funds. And then you have TLCom, which is very much more of a traditional venture capitalist. Can you talk about some of the similarities and differences in working with these types of funders as you are growing your business?
Yeah, sure. I mean, all the investors that have invested in us have been investing in a for-profit business, yeah? So we're not a non-profit looking for grants or subsidies. You know, with GBF and Grey Ghost Ventures, they're social-based VCs, and you know, they're still looking for the profitability. They still come at us with the numbers. They want to see the numbers and see how we're progressing, and we have to report regularly to them. But they tend to be quite a little bit softer, maybe I can say, in terms of when they see the exit there for the company. Yeah, obviously their objectives, they're a fund, and they want to have an exit at some point. But it doesn't matter whether the exit's like 5 years or 6 years or 7 years. They're a little bit softer in terms of the approach. With the mainstream VCs, for example, TLCom now that have just invested, I mean, they're a larger fund than the other two funds. So obviously, it's more, how shall I say, it's more financially orientated, for sure. And we've gone through quite a long process in terms of getting the investments in place, in terms of due diligence process. But also, it'd probably be safe to say that they're not quite as soft in terms of the approach, yeah? It's more businessman-like and more orientated towards results and goals.
There are a lot of people that are thinking, well, maybe there's an opportunity for me to be entrepreneurial and to develop a venture and then to seek funding for that venture, particularly for these low-income markets, for the base of the pyramid markets. Do you have any advice or recommendations for people thinking about these kinds of things?
Yeah, I mean, firstly, you know, do it. Simply, you know, we've had so much fun taking the company where we've got to now, and you know, when we started the company, you know, I mentioned before that the initial interests were from a financial perspective. You know, we were looking to try and make money, and you know, for the companies that I was working in, that was the idea, yeah. And when we sat down and started thinking about it, I say we, myself and my wife, when we started thinking, well, should we set this up? You know, for a split second I was thinking, oh, there's a money-making objective here. But then it quickly flipped. And it flipped into, well, hold on, you know, we've been working with all these large companies over the last few years. Now it's time to turn the clock and actually do something ourselves for good. You know, we can actually use all this expertise, use all this knowledge that we've gained over the years, implement something, see the benefit with people living below the poverty line, and maybe eventually, you know, we might make some money.
Nigel, thank you so much for talking with us today, and I look forward to staying in touch and certainly wish you the best of luck.
No, thank you, Ted. I've enjoyed our discussion and look forward to staying in touch, yes.